What's going on, guys? SpikeZillion here, and today we're going to be doing the Wonders of Nature for pure Harpies instead of the Harpie Shaddoll deck that I made quite a while ago. So this is probably what most people were looking forward to when I was talking about Wonders of Nature. So I'm going to treat this video as if it's like the original video, and then the Harpie Shaddoll video, you can go watch that as well if you're interested in seeing how it would work with that deck. So what is Wonders of Nature? This is a card that's coming out next year, somewhere in the spring, if I'm not mistaken. And the card text says, Special summon one level 4 or lower fairy, spellcaster, winged beast, or beast warrior monster from your hand, and if you do, equip it with this card. Then you can return all dragon monsters on the field to the hand. So that's already a very crazy effect, and this is all one effect, right? Then during the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there from the spell and trap zone while face up this turn, you can add one polymerization spell, one fusion spell, or one fusion parasite from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Wonders of Nature once per turn. So we can use that to actually get super polymerization, which is very funny. And as you can see, I have put a single one in my deck. I don't think we need more than one, and honestly, I don't even have like a card to match with this anyway, as you can see here. So I'm actually just going to really quickly just take one out. Let's take out Harmonizer, I think. We don't always need Harmonizer. We'll just go with a Mud Dragon. Actually, we'll go with a Garura. Right? Garura's just a good card. So we'll go with Garura here. And then that will do. So, effectively, the list is going to look kind of similar to this for most people that play Pure Harpies. It's not going to be exactly like this, but it should be something roughly like this, right? We're going to see the unexpected dies if you're playing the vanilla Harpie Lady. If you aren't playing vanilla, you can always go with more hand traps if you want to go a little bit more control heavy. You can add more starters, like Summoner Monk is a good starter in my opinion, because you can go Summoner Monk, discard Hysteric Sign. If you get ashed, it's fine, because you were going to get ashed on the Harpies anyway, and then you just go Hysteric Sign, search 3 anyway, so it's still pretty good. You just hope you don't die effectively, because Pure Harpies is just kind of rough to play these days. Prosperity is here, obviously. That you could just kind of throw out whatever you need to throw out. Usually for me, it ends up being the Link, because I find I don't like the Link heavy build as much. I know some people love it, but for me, I'm not really into it. I'm more into the Xyz heavy build, so, yeah. Then we have Nibiru and Fearsome Fire Blast, of course. Brand new card from this year, so that's pretty cool. And we have Cockadoodle-Doo. And the reason I have Cockadoodle-Doo is because this card just works sometimes. It just works. I don't know how to describe it. It's just very funny that you could just have a card that special summons itself for free based on, like, Cyber Dragon effectively rules, but it can become a different level based on those rules, so it's very silly. So, if I wanted to special summon it, while I control no cards and they control a monster, I can just special summon it as a level 4, which is hilarious, because then I can just overlay into whatever I want. So, and even if I made it a level 3, I can just overlay, or sorry, I can link off, which is pretty sweet. So, yeah, it's a pretty funny card. I've been messing around with it lately. It has been pretty, actually, usable. I didn't really expect it to work that well, but it actually also works with Wonders of Nature as well. That being said, actually, Summoner Monk also works with Wonders of Nature, so now I'm kind of curious. Ooh, okay. You know, just because I can, I'm gonna really quickly change this, because I think I didn't really consider this, but Summoner Monk is a spellcaster. That's interesting, isn't it? I wonder how much we can abuse that. That's very interesting. So this could be a good build too. So we're gonna save this as Fearsome Fire Blast and Monk. And then I don't even think I saved the last one, so I fucked up, so give me one sec here. These 3. What? I don't even know how I did that. I did want to save as a favorite card, actually, but anyway. Harpie Lady. 3 of that. And Unexpected Die. 3 of that. Then that, and then save that. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, I'm struggling here. Okay. Wait, so this will change out. to Summoner Monk and Harpie Lady. Wait, 1. There we go. And then save that. Sure, so it's actually the reverse, but whatever, it's fine. It'll work. So, and then, yeah, and then rename this to and Lady 1. Let's go with that. And then this one is Van Lady. I'll get the idea. Yeah, okay, that works. So anyway, we'll try both today, and we'll see how it goes. For the most part, it should be pretty interesting. So yeah, alright, let's do this. Alright, so this is going second, and this is best case scenario, right? So in this situation, you can see that we have basically all the tools we'll need to be able to make this a crazy situation. And you'll see why. It'll make sense once we do the hunting ground and all that. But first, we have to get the cock-a-doodle-doo on the field. Now, you'll notice that there are no monsters on the field. You special summon this card as a level 3 monster. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no cards, you can special summon this card as a level 4 monster. So, unfortunately, we won't be able to use cock-a-doodle-doo, actually. So now I think about it. With Unexpected Die, we can't use it. So we'll actually go ahead and we'll choose something else here. I mean, for the sake of the deck, let's just put Hysteric Party in our hand, because that would be pretty cool if we received that. So, okay, this is actually best case scenario here. Because we could just go Unexpected Die, Special Summon Harpie Lady, so we'll do that. So this might be ashed, right? And if it is, then lovely. Appreciate that, because then we can do the rest of the combo. But let's assume best case scenario, right? So at this point, we can special Fearsome Fire Blast. Then we can go. Oh, I didn't even put Wonders of Nature in my setup. Wait a minute. let me do that. Okay, I completely whiffed the thought of Wonders of Nature being a part of this. So okay, now we go Wonders of Nature, special summon Channeler, right? And then we go Channeler Effect, discard Harpist, right? And now we go Perfumer. Oops, that's defense. Okay, then Perfumer effect goes off. We search 2. So we'll search Egotist and Hunting Ground. From here, we can now go into Cyber Slash using the Vanilla and the Perfumer. Now, to my understanding, overlaying does also remove Wonders of Nature, and in that vein, it'll also pop off. So we're actually going to do that here. We could also link off here, which would be sort of just as interesting. Actually, that would be probably the play, really, because then we just go off from there. The only reason why we wanted to... Actually, if we link off, we can still do Hunting Ground effect. So yeah, let's do that for the sake of the conversation. So we actually do have an Egotist here, so we might as well use that as well. Okay. Get another Lady Vanilla here. Yeah, we don't have to use the Hunting Ground twice, so we'll just use it now, right? Then we link off these two. Yeah, these two into Conductor, and then Hunting Ground effect will pop our Hysteric sign, right? Then we'll go link to with these two, I believe. Well, let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, we could do that. We could link off these two, so we will. Okay, this goes away as well. Get IP. Then we go link these two off if we wanted to, which we will. Into Boral Sword if we wanted to go OTK, and then we could go Avermax if we wanted Towers. So we'll go Avermax here because we want a Towers. Let's assume that the opponent doesn't have a very good field right now, and we can just like set ourselves a good position here. Like they bricked or something. So Avermax goes off. Fearsome Fire Blast effect is also meant to go off here. I don't think we have anything that we want to send right now, to be honest. Like we could send Oracle, I guess, and then we can get Oracle off on a Hysteric Party, but we're not going to search Hysteric Party at the end phase, so I would rather just not, because the Harpist is already in the graveyard. So we'll just not send for Winged Beast here. And then yeah, from here, just go battle. And then what's nice is that we get, in the end phase, we get the Fearsome Fire Blast, or sorry, the Hysteric Sign effect, excuse me. And also, I didn't normal summon during any of that, which was crazy. So if anything gets negated, like this Wonders of Nature or something, for whatever reason, we can just easily normal summon still, and it would be perfectly fine. So that's pretty great, right? So here we're gonna add a Channeler, a Perfumer, and a Featherstorm. And we already can use Featherstorm on this turn because we have a Harpie Lady on the field right now. And that is a Wind-Winged Beast, and it's a Harpie. So yeah, we have all the tools we need to be able to go off on this turn. So now we have to think about a way to, like in the event that we were in a corner and we needed to use this card. There are a few reasons you might want to do that. So I'm thinking one right now that would be pretty good to get, like, basically a similar board state, if not a better board state. Probably a similar board state. So, with this, like, okay, this is a pretty good example of, like, a time where I kind of felt shitty about this hand. Let's say we had Wonders of Nature, kind of saves us a little bit, and then we also had, I don't know, like, Fearsome Fire Blast, I guess. So it's not the best hand, it's not the worst either. We can just, like, start with a Feather Duster, it's going second, right? So we go Feather Duster, pop their back row if we wanted to, right? Then we go Wonders of Nature first. We go Oracle, right? And then Oracle effect is going to go off here. Oh, actually, wait, this card is a bad example too, because we can just special summon it for free. Damn it. Okay, let's say it was Perfumer. Let's go with Perfumer, because, you know, Perfumer is like a decent starter. Let's say we use Perfumer as our special here. So we go Perfumer effect. Actually, okay. Now I'm thinking we should actually just go Vanilla, because I'm so sorry. I know I'm saying all this on the spot, but I just realized something. The best way to go about this combo is going Fearsome Fire Blast after this, because then we get Perfumer Search 2, right? So now we go Fearsome Fire Blast. Then we go normal summon Perfumer effect Search 2, right? We go Egotist plus Hunting Ground, right? Then we have Egotist and Egotist, so we pop both them off. Now we've used all of our vanillas, mind you, but that's just the nature of the beast there with a crappy hand like that, right? We have both our vanillas gone. Also, both of our Egotists are gone at this point. Then we could activate Hunting Ground here, but it's not necessary at this point. Honestly, we almost don't even need Hunting Ground right now. Unless, because we, unless we didn't have Feather Duster and we needed to pop back row, we could have popped that off before we even did the Egotists, but yeah. With that being said, now we can start linking. So we're going to link off here, link 2, so that's that gone. We go into Conductor, then we go Pet Dragon effect, we'll send the Harpist, right? So we send the Harpist, okay? Then we go these two into IP, right? Yeah, so that's 2 non-links, and then that can go into Avermax or Boral Sword again, so it's exactly the same board state. So this can save bricky hands, is basically what this is going on about. As well as in the end phase, now we're going to search Super Poly plus a Winged Beast, so in this case we can go with Channeler, because we didn't even use the Hunting Ground, so we can actually use the Hunting Ground as our discard fodder. I don't know why it's lagging. Yeah, so that's that. And then when we go into next turn, if we see a big board state, like let's say we lose this board, and then we get a massive board, we can go Super Poly, discarding the Hunting Ground, or like if we draw something crap, yeah, we just go Super Poly, discard Unexpected Die. We can make a Garura, ideally, right? And then go off. So this is a pretty interesting card, because it does save the deck from bricking super hard. It doesn't really save us from Ash, though. Obviously, Ash and Imperm are still a problem, and there's not really anything we can reasonably do about it at the moment. Linking off is like the closest thing you probably could get, because then you could link off into Imduck, and if you really wanted to, if you did do the Imduck play, you can use this card to special summon the monster you're going to Imduck anyway, and then there you would add Super Poly. So there are ways to get around the hand traps now, technically, but not in a good way. It's just like, basically you're just praying at that point, after the fact. So it's kind of rough. You're also giving them an additional EMZ, so if they're playing like a Pendulum deck or something, that could actually come up and it'd be pretty painful. because Imduck points up. So yeah. Anyway, that's about it for this deck. Let's try the Summoner Monk deck and see what combos we can get out of it. Alright, so now this is another best case scenario, and this is going second. And in this situation, now I can go Cock-a-doodle-doo, because I don't have to worry about Unexpected Die also having a similar condition. So, Cock-a-doodle-doo, we can special summon it. I believe it's either face-up, attack, or defense. Yep, it's either way. So in this case, we'll go with defense anyway for Cock-a-doodle-doo, because it's 2,000 defense, right? And it is now a level 4, because we're assuming going second, so there's a board over there, presumably, with a monster. So we're level 4, which is pretty cool, right? So then, we can go Wonders of Nature, and we can actually special summon Summoner Monk off of this effect. So if we special summon him, we can special summon him in defense position here. Right, I believe. Special summon, yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. So yeah, special summon in defense. Summoner Monk effect, discard Hysteric Sign. We can go Channeler. Right? Channeler effect, discarding Perfumer. Or oh, sorry. First, excuse me. First, we special summon Fearsome Fire Blast. I'm still getting used to it, because I don't use Fearsome Fire Blast too often with Harpie Shadolls, like it's not a thing. So, anyway, yeah, so now Channeler effect, and we go Perfumer. Now, this could be where things diverge, because if you actually think about it, you could also, if you don't get Cock-a-doodle-doo, if you get Channeler and Monk, you could just normal summon another Channeler. And if you do Fearsome Fire Blast on the field already, Channeler effect discarding Harpist, you could do another Fearsome Fire Blast and have 2 rank 7s on the field at the end of this situation, which would be absolutely insane. Like, if you were fighting Sky Strikers, for instance, and they were playing Pot of Desires, and you go Diabolus here, they're crying, because you're going to banish 11 cards face down at, 12 total in one turn, which is just disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So they don't want to see that. But in this case, we're going to go with this scenario where we have Perfumer. So Perfumer effect, we're going to search to. And we'll go Hunting Ground. I will show the other variation shortly as well, just so you can see it. But yeah, so we have Hunting Ground now as well, which is pretty neat. We can go many different combos here, because we have 5 monsters, we can kind of just do whatever. Because Channeler is the only one that's face-up attack right now, I actually do kind of want to go with Channeler here, staying. I could have made the Cock-a-doodle-doo go into attack, and that would be a little bit extra damage. So, for the sake of the example, we could go with the Cock-a-doodle-doo, but the Channeler is also perfectly fine here in this situation. So here we're going to go Monk and Perfumer. This is to link 2 into the Conductor. And then we can go link 2 here into IP. And then link 2, or link 4, into Boral Sword. Right? You can go 4 Material App if you want to do that instead. And you still have Hunting Ground in your hand, which is pretty neat. You also have Egotist still, so you could have also Egotisted prior to me doing what I just did. But yeah, there's a lot of different variation to it, which is pretty neat. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Now, if I did go Egotist, I could have also made a rank 4, actually. I just realized that. So let's say, for example, that we still had the Conductor on the field. We went for the Egotist, right? So let's say we went for Egotist here. We specialed a Lady 1. Now we can overlay here. And we could go into something with more attack than that. We could also just shut down the whole board by using Zero Fine. We can go Chidori here to remove some cards from the field so that we can truly OTK. And then swing in with Chidori, go Battle Phase, which will be nice because even if we don't murder completely with Boral Sword, we could just go Zeus Pass because we've already attacked with Chidori, so that's pretty cool. We can also TK with Utopia Double here. There's many different things we can choose from. So it's a pretty good situation for you, all things considered. So, yeah, that's pretty neat. So, let's revert back in this combo here. Let's go this way. And we'll put these back. Then we'll go... so it was Channeler here, Fire Blast here, Monk here. Harpist was sent to the graveyard at this point. This can go back into the deck. And then this was special summoned in attack position after the fact. This can go into the deck. This can go into the deck. We also still have the Hysteric Sign Search 3, by the way, either way at this point. So this is the game state now, and we've discarded Harpist, right, with Channeler Effect. So now we go Fearsome Fire Blast instead. Oh, right, this was assuming that instead of Cock-a-doodle-doo, you had Channeler. So let's say you normal Channeler, right? So this is a normal summon Channeler. This is a off of Summoner Monk. So you go Channeler Effect, discarding Harpist. We go Fearsome Fire Blast. We now have the ability to go into 2 rank 7s. Now, again, best case scenario, you're facing Sky Strikers, and you're just fucking them up with this. So, what we would do is we can go, yeah, we could do this, actually. So we can go overlay these 2 into Diablosis. Diablosis can use its effect, look at your opponent's extra deck, and banish a card face down. So, you know, access code or whatever. Then with these 2, we can overlay them into Dracosack. We can go Dracosack effect, detach for cost. And we go make 2 tokens. And then those 2 tokens can be linked off into Conductor. Then you can link these 2 off into IP. This is gone now too. And then you make your whatever, your Boral Sword, your Avermax, or whatever. So again, another way to go into it, right? So this is very straightforward stuff for Harpies, but like the way that you have variables with this card makes this card really interesting for advancing the Harpie summoning game to an extent, right? Because the first combo I showed you, we didn't even normal summon. This combo, we did normal summon, but during that, we made 2 rank 7s in the process. And again, like, Dracosack is quite a good card as well. Diablosis is just... This card's just flat-out insane. I don't care what anyone has to say. This card is crazy. So, I think it's really interesting, right? And plus, now look at this board state. Like, even if I didn't go Avermax and I went Boral Sword, like, no one wants to see this, man. I'm doing 28 plus 3 plus 3. Like, no one wants to see that, man. It's just... It's flat out disturbing. This is just crazy. So yeah, I don't know, this card's pretty crazy. And this card is also crazy. And this card is crazy. Because now I'm gonna search 5 cards, right? I'm going +5 now. So now, okay, so Hysteric Sign, so let's say we go in the order that we least care about. So we go Wonders of Nature first. Don't ash me. After all that, don't ash me somehow. And then Super Poly. And then we go Harpist Effect. We're gonna add the Channeler, because we didn't use the Hunting Ground. Then we go Hysteric Sign Effect. We can add whatever we want, really. So we could go, I guess, I don't know, Oracle. And then we go Featherstorm and Feather Duster. Pass. Look at that. We could also just go Fearsome Fire Blast as our last search, I believe, because it's a Harpie card. Yeah, so... And then if we had another rank 7, we could do that. We don't in this build, but you could. You could make Big Eye if you wanted to. I don't know if you would want to do that in 2022, but you could. You could go Harmonizer Gradiel. I know she's really popular these days. There's lots of really cool stuff that you can do with this. So, lots of potential. And then obviously we have the Super Poly now. And honestly, discard fodder would be like, I don't know, Oracle, because, like, who cares? Yeah, like... It's kind of crazy, like, how much you get off of this card. So, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something useful off of what I said. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and if you have any suggestions for any other Harpie decks you want to see with this card, or any other cards you want me to show you how viable they are with Harpies, comment down below. I'm interested in seeing some other card combinations. We can make this a series on pure Harpies versus this card. Can this card help Harpies become better? So, thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you guys next time.